KaneVast, Pick Up Asia. Today I want to talk to you about being emotional. So lots of dudes learn this thing in the West where you should be kind of like cool and withholding to make girls chase you. And that does work. In Asia, I really don't suggest it. And the reason being, as a foreigner, generally there's already some level of pressure in interacting with girls for the girl, right? So she doesn't maybe speak English as well or doesn't talk to foreigners or whatever it is. So if you're then not being emotional, it's kind of scary. And imagine if some dude rocks up with no smile on his face and then starts saying he likes you. I mean, probably not the best move, especially if you put yourself in the shoes of a small Asian girl. Maybe this small, maybe this small. They come in all sizes. So the first thing when you're approaching girls here, absolutely, definitely smile. If you don't smile, you're just going to make the girl feel more uncomfortable. And a lot of the time they will feel nervous when you start interacting with them anyway for a variety of reasons. So smiling can really help deal with that. Because you rock up, you smile, they smile. And this is because people have a thing in their brain called mirror neurons. And mirror neurons basically make you copy the expressions or the emotions you see coming from other people, one way or another. Now, you think of an example of TV shows where they have the laughter being played when someone says something funny or does something funny, even though it's like scripted and it's a thing where they press a button and laughter happens. They do that for the same reason, where you hear that and subconsciously your brain goes, "Ooh, we should laugh." So same deal. You're approaching girls, if you're smiling and you say something to them which is funny and you laugh, they'll likely laugh too. Now, this can come across in a whole bunch of different ways. It's not just approaching. It's also relevant in texting. So doing the whole hey and then expecting girls to like respond a lot doesn't work too well. You really have to try to be a lot more emotive over text. And this is a really big difference between back home and here. Back home, sending lots of emotive stuff like smiley faces and, hold on, a bit distracted, this girl's. Sending smiley faces and kind of gifts where there's this thing happening where maybe someone's like holding a beer or punching someone or whatever. Sending that stuff too much back home will just make you seem kind of girly or needy. Whereas here, Asians love it because it's a way to be expressive without having to be too expressive, if that makes sense. So when you want to show more emotion in terms of interacting with girls, I think face-to-face, smiling, fist bumps, high-fiving the girl, laughing, having facial expressions, all these things are really, really important to do because they make the girl feel a lot better about you, which is quite key considering most Asian girls don't think it's a good girl thing to be hanging around and banging foreigners. And via text, yeah, I mean sending emoticons, there's lots of wacky ones on Asian dating apps or just like conversation apps, right? That really helps a lot too. Beyond all of that, the two most important factors are, one, your face, two, your voice. So for example, if I ask you, where are you from? And I say, hold on, I'll guess. First I'll do it without emotion. If I go, okay, where are you from? I'll guess. You are from Beijing. That's not interesting, you don't have any emotional response. Whereas if I say, ooh, where are you from? Hold on, I'll guess. Ooh, you are from, yeah, Beijing, right? And I'm exaggerating, but there's a lot more emotion coming out there. So they're going to respond with a lot more emotion. And another example, if I just say to you the word, we like boobies, yeah. I mean, not much, right? But if I'm like, boobies, fuck yeah. Every guy watching this is going to be like, yes, boobies. And they're going to respond with some level of booby excitement because we all love boobs, right? So your facial expressions are very, very key, and you can see a lot of this sort of stuff in the emoticons you send where it's like showing some particular emotion. And if you just think of any time you see kids interacting with each other, they also kind of freely show how they feel because they haven't learned to filter things yet. And I think that's something a lot of adults really need to work on in terms of approaching girls and trying to get emotion going. Because your face really is the TV screen for all of your emotion. There is one more thing though, and that is your voice. So, if I talk to you like this and my voice is very flat, it is not very interesting. if I talk to you about mundane things like where are you from, and go, oh, you are from America, that is cool, it is still not interesting. But if I'm like, yo, where you from, dude? America? Oh, fuck yeah. Hold on, you from the South or from New York City? And let's say the person says New York City, I'm like, oh shit, fucking love that place, dude. Hear my voice going up and down. It's all pretty basic stuff, right? But a lot of people forget this. So the next time you are talking to girls, just try and do one of these things a bit better. Either show some surprise, show some more happiness, smile more. If it feels different or not really natural in the beginning, that's okay. You don't have to fake a lot of stuff, but you do have to try to do things a bit differently. If you're not used to smiling a lot, become a fucking happier person. I mean, smiling is a normal thing, right? I'm not walking around 24/7 like smiling all the time, but I don't try and push my emotions down. And I think that's a very important point, because a lot of guys have this thing where they're just like, well, I'm cool, so I'm just gonna be cool. And they're kind of cold and withholding. So go out and start being more emotive. Until next time, KaneVast, pick up Asia.